recovery. You wake up in a different room, and there's usually, well, it used to be, the recovery room has changed so much over the years. I've woken up in a room by myself. I've woken up in a room where there's a row of beds, with people in them, and you got, somebody over here screaming, and this one over here is like, shut up, that kind of thing. So who knows what you're going to wake up into. My last couple of surgeries, I woke up in the same room when they brought me in to be prepped. That ended up being my space, and that was my recovery room as well. When they first come in, you start to wake up. They're going to ask you, the questions. Who's the president? Where are you? Do you know what's going on? Just to comprehend what the story is right now, where you know what's going on. If you're in pain, let them know you're in pain. Usually I come up with a smart aleck answer like, my pain level is about 5,000 on a scale from 1 to 10, and eventually it comes down. Some of them joke around, some of them don't. A lot of them very seldom have any form of humor, so you just kind of deal with it. Sometimes you get a good one. When I first wake up, after I get past all the questions and stuff like that, I start doing my workout. The medication that they give you makes you really stiff because it literally paralyzes you. And so I want to be up and moving as quick as possible. So when I first wake up, I can't move anything, and I just start with my fingers and try to move my fingers as best I can, and my wrist, my elbows, up like that. Same thing with my feet. I try to move my feet around, wiggle my toes, try to get stuff moving and the circulation going, and it kind of helps get your brain active again, which you need to do. Now, if you're going to be an outpatient, I don't know if Jen's going to be outpatient or inpatient with her surgery, but for an outpatient, when you wake up in your room or your cubicle or wherever they got you, it's usually a space where everybody else is doing the same thing, and you might have curtains to close you off so you have a little privacy. Once you're able to move around, they'll move you out of your bed and into this kind of like an easy chair, and the chair has wheels on it, so they can wheel you anywhere with that thing. It's kind of fun, but it keeps your feet up and it has you relax and that kind of thing, and it's to help you get to the point where you can get up and move around on your own. It's a new thing that they've been doing. I really don't understand all the details of it. I just know that's the way they do it now to get you back on your feet as quick as possible. If you're going to be staying at the hospital, more than likely once you're to a certain point in the recovery room and they say, okay, she's good to go, then they'll move you into your room, wherever that room's going to be. And in there, it varies what they're going to have you do. I had one time they had me eat Jell-O so I could throw up. I don't understand that. I do know that the medication will make you nauseous. They have different, I had one time I woke up and they gave me crackers, another time they gave me Jell-O. When they gave me the Jell-O, they wanted me to throw up, so that's the reason why they gave it to me. It varies, so it all depends on what they want you to do. I'm not sure about this. Well, it doesn't always happen. When you get done with surgery and they take you back to your room, they might switch the beds on you. I know when Michael was younger, he came up from the operating room and he had to move from the bed that he was on to the bed that was in the room. They haven't done that every time when I woke up. So, when they switched me from the recovery room to that room, they said, this bed is assigned to you and that's it, nobody else gets it. So that may be something to be prepared for, that you may have to switch from one bed to the other. Just go easy. That's about all I can suggest. Okay, once you get into your room, of course you're going to have a lot of people coming and going and seeing what's going on with you. You will have someone checking on your breathing, make sure that you're breathing okay. There is an exercise thing, which we have one here. Take this thing, it's a breathing exercise thing, and you try to suck in as much air as you can, as best you can. You go, oh boy, that hurts. And you have to measure how far up you go on it. Stay there. Another thing they might have you do, if they give you breathing therapy, they'll put a mask on you and the steam stuff comes out. Keep the mask on your face while that steam's going on, because it's supposed to help you with your breathing. I know a couple of people who are talking up a storm while this mist is going off over here. It's not going to do a darn thing for your ear. You need to have it on your face and just breathe it in. You'll have people checking on your IVs, blood pressure, temperature, you name it, that kind of thing. The latest things that they've been doing is they've been putting alarms on the beds and on the chairs. So if you get up or even move, it sends off a real loud alarm, and it's in your room that this alarm's going off. And it's annoying. We managed to avoid that while Michael was staying at the hospital, only because Gabby and I worked together to make sure that somebody was with Michael all the time, so he didn't have to have somebody babysitting or having those alarms on there. The reason why they do that is because patients will get up, do things, and then hurt themselves, and then blame the hospital for it. And to me, it's kind of a bummer, because you can't get up and move around and get better. So you're kind of stuck in bed. It's annoying. I don't know what the compromise is, but you might see, if you're going to be staying for a while, you might consider, do I want someone to stay with me so I don't have the alarm, or am I willing to put up with the alarm? That's the big question. On the most part, after all the craziness that's going on, you're not going to feel like doing much of anything for a while because you're so doped up. Best thing you can do is just go to sleep. Relax, go to sleep. If you're going to be there for a while, you might be kind of prepared, like some video games or something like that. Michael was in the hospital for so long that we got him his PlayStation. He used to have an Xbox. And some movies, whatever, there's a lot you can do to occupy yourself while you're in the hospital if you have to stay for a long time. If it's just for a short time, you don't need that much. You might want a laptop or something to entertain you. They usually have a TV set or something like that in there. So, and sometimes they have a workstation where you can go and use in one of the waiting rooms, so you might check into it. So at this point, all you can do is just relax and go to sleep.